New York City over 30 years ago couldn't come out for the 15th round to achieve what I achieved, and that's my hero, Sugar Ray Robinson, and also Marvin Hagler. I achieved that gold and became the first middleweight ever to win a light heavyweight championship, jumping 2 weight classes from 60 to 75. And now here we go again, fighting a young, up-and-coming, confident guy who just supposed to be and was the top guy at 175 pounds. I'm not fighting the cream puff here. I'm fighting a guy that's, I'm really close to old enough to be his father. and I will be December 18th.
Hey, Onum, when you watch like Tyson's last fight, like as a boxer, what's a scary way to end the career? Like, because Tyson's like, I got no heart for the fighting anymore. I don't want to fight anymore. There was a kind of a sad ending to a guy who was a very, very tough dude. To see him just kind of broken down a little bit there instead of just. What's your worst nightmare?
People can respect that when you fight and you end the fight trying to win. Whatever the outcome is, it's the outcome. But quitting is unacceptable. Mm-hmm. Fighters don't quit. And when you end that way, as you ask me, what's the worst way to lead a game, or similar question, the thought of my mind is that you have to leave with dignity. Win, lose, or draw, that's still dignity. You know what? You'll leave out of that auditorium or that arena and say, you know what? My guy didn't win, but boy, he put it out there. And the fans know. And so at the end of the day, when you sit on a stool and you say you don't want to go out there no more because you don't want to get hurt, we're in a hurt business, as Mike Tyson said, in his early heyday in the 80s when he was slaying everybody. So the way to go out is to go the way out of dignity. Win, lose, or draw. You went out swinging, you went out fighting. Every red-blooded American loved that. They love that. They crave off that. That's what we made of. Never quit, never give up. I mean, the Yankees is under pressure right now. Okay, I'm a Philly fan guy, and I live in Philly. But at the end of the day, they have to win today. Mm-hmm. If they don't win today, it's a wrap.
Yeah. What happens in Philly that what tough fighters they put out?
No kidding,
I mean, there was Liston, there was yourself, there's
Frazier,
Frazier, Meldrick
Taylor, Georgie Benton in the 50s and the 60s. Mm-hmm. I mean, you had so many great fighters come through Philadelphia. Welterweights, you had come from Philadelphia. You mentioned Meldrick Taylor. A lot of people, even from New York, that's listening, people can know, the older guys can know that, a lot of New Yorkers came to Philadelphia. Fighters and promoters and managers came to Philadelphia to get the best sparring. Philadelphia was known as a tough, a little bit of New York, but, Philly got their own thing like New York.
Larry Holmes, you guys claim Larry Holmes,
Larry
Holmes,
Easton? But Easton, Penn. Hey, anything
Close
with
enough.
PA.
Yeah, PA,
anything with PA.
Watch out for PA.
They want to be affiliated with what? Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Easton, Pennsylvania doesn't scare your opponent. No. Okay? Stratton, Pennsylvania doesn't scare you. Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania doesn't scare you. But Philadelphia.
Forget it.
That guy can fight. He's a tough son of a you-know-what. And guess what? We got respect all over Europe. So we got it here.
What do you think of as a boxer, mixed martial arts, which has become so popular? And James Toney fought Couture, which
wasn't even competitive. I mean, Couture is first of all, I respect Couture. I met him in L.A. a lot. He's an old school guy, just like me.
Yeah.
And
I think he's 47 or
47. Yeah, he got me by a couple. But I wasn't really turned on to the UFC and MMA. But I watched a guy in my gym fight. And he also got a fight coming up soon. And I'm a fan now. And I can go on air and say that. I'm a fan now because, you know what, at the end of the day, no matter who hates, I hate, or whoever, they are athletes in their own way. They got their own skills. I couldn't do what they do. I'll get my ass kicked if I go in. And Bernard Hopkins is saying that, y'all, the executioner, because I'm out of my element. Well, you're in the ring, Bernard? No. Yeah, I am in the ring. I know where I'm at, but it's a different arena. But in the same token, they train to do what they do. So you have to take their hat off. And let me tell you something. I got on board about 5-6 months ago. I go on record. I have been on record. I respect those guys because I've seen the way they train. It took for a guy to be in Philadelphia gym right now as we speak today. I watched him train. I watched him spar with fighters, and I watched him learn the boxing, and I watch his coach, who I'm a friend of, teach him the other stuff. And they add both together. It's boxing and it's martial arts. So I respect the training, the fighting, and what they do. When you step in there, as James Toney did, and as everybody witnessed, or whoever watched the fight, he had no chance. No chance. Now, you take that same MMA, UFC guy and put him in my arena,
right,
where he can't have takedowns. He can now have this or that. He would be out of his element.
Yeah,
so
just stand up and
they
boxing,
have to get the respect, and I'm giving that respect, whether they need it or not, that they are bona fide athletes, and they need to be respected just like football, basketball, boxing, hockey, or any other sport.
Yeah, those. It's almost like Anderson Silva wants to fight. He's a guy that wants to actually box. But most guys in the UFC, I think, are smart enough to not to just go toe to toe with a
To know
boxer.
they can't
That's
just
why no
stand
one
there,
have done
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
That's why no one have done it. I mean, you hear boxers calling out UFC guys,
Right.
but you don't hear UFC guys calling out boxers. And you know what? That goes to tell you the intelligence that they got to know their lane. They know their lane. So, I mean, it's not like, trust me, none of those guys are scared. I mean, we know they're not afraid to be in the ring. The guy's getting busted upside the head with an elbow, kicked, in the groin or whatever, even though things are legal and things are fair. But I know these guys ain't scared to fight a boxer. It's just they understand that a lot of their attributes won't be displayed.
It wouldn't be the smartest thing for them.
It wouldn't be, because
They know that.
they got to leave their weapons at home.
Yeah, sure. Yeah,
It's like when you're boxing. See, a man like myself, I occasionally hit the heavy bag.
you sure do, Jim.
I sure do.
look
You
terrific.
wouldn't last a minute. I'm looking at you right now, and it looks hard deceiving, but I can look at you right now. Soon the bag will knock you out. And the bag doesn't have arms. What are you talking about? Are you kidding these people early in the morning? They ain't had any coffee, and you're talking about you used to box? Look at him.
No, I didn't box.
He's a mess.
You're leaving Bernard Hopkins hanging.
If you
looked
keep
at
doing
Danny
it,
for
you're
a
going to be
high
sleeping.
five.
Yeah, Bernard's trying to high five
I'm
Danny.
trying to high five, and I had him up there like I was saying a high, a five.
I was too busy laughing
Y'all
at
Y'all
him.
roughing this place.
Oh, but he does hit the heavy bag there.
Oh
Bernard.
yeah, I wasn't trying to imply that
Show
I
him your
boxed.
muscle. Show him
Not-
your,
not
show
the
him your
muscle's no
bicep.
good.
Show him the
That's
bicep.
why, there's no need
You
for men
might
to
as well,
compete. I know my
Might
lane.
as well
Go,
show him
let's
the-
see.
As Bernard said.
it's
Bernard,
right.
would you like to
Let's
see his
see that
bicep?
bicep. Let's
Show
see
him the
that
bicep.
I wanna
Come
see
on, show him the
bicep.
I
bicep.
don't have a bicep.
Just show him
I
the
have a
bicep.
All right.
All right, let's go. Let's see.
All right, that's my bicep. It's,
See, look,
pull your
see,
shirt
look,
down. I don't want
that's
to pull it up.
right.
I was
Pull
just
it out
I was
for
hoping
Bernard.
I've
he'd
never
play
seen
it.
in my
wrong with
life
you?
a guy show me his bicep and
Threw it-
a bump pop up on his shoulder. I mean, listen, I hope everybody is up here in New York, because this is something. You don't need your coffee. Just listen. Just continue to listen.
Oh, my God.
Just a man like myself, who maybe my workout regimen is not quite what.
Right. I'm sure you need to step it up a little bit.
I give him some tips. I ain't gonna be too hard on them fans. I give him some tips before I leave, because I never seen a guy squeeze his arm to pop up a muscle and something pop up in his back. No, literally, seriously, his shirt popping up.
You think he pulled his back muscle or
He
something?
pulled his back muscles, his shoulder muscles, whatever. That's the wrong muscle you're supposed to use.
Yeah.
That muscle's supposed to come out of your arm, not your back.
Jimmy.
Well, I figure I put everything into it. Sometimes things happen.
Bernard, you're a funny guy, man.
Yes, Bernard's great.
A really funny fucking guy.
I hit the
But
bag.
December 18th in Quebec, Canada, the executioner will show up. Trust me. He's sitting there waiting, and he's waiting to do his job. He normally don't, say anything. He comes in and take his business and
Right.
he leave, like the executioner do.
We got 2 months before the fight, so
Yes.
you're still in the middle of training, obviously.
I'm just finishing up preseason.
So what do you do?
Does a preseason and then you get really
Yup, it's to get the
What's preseason all
Preseason
about?
is make sure all the mechanics is doing right.
right? What
You
kind
understand?
of what kind of workouts for preseason?
Well, we call it, start the engine. All right, we start the engine. That means we do some wind sprints. Okay, we check the oil. That means you see if your eyes are good. The speed bag, the swivel bar. They got all kinds of instruments in the gym where you can check A, B, C, D, all the way down. You can check these things. Then we have, without even getting in the ring boxing yet, I haven't even threw punches since the Roy Jones fight in the ring with a smart partner. The bag, as he mentioned, he hit the bag. I've been hitting the bag for power. Bag is only for power, not for speed. That's why it sits there like a dummy and it gets hit. Now, speed bag, it has a rhythm. You create the rhythm. The rhythm is called timing. The timing brings eye coordination and reflexes. Okay? That's why you hit it with both hands, not one. the swivel ball. The swivel ball is a speed bag, but with 2 rubber bands from the top and a rubber band from the bottom to the floor to the ceiling, and that's a ball that can knock you out if you don't move your head once you hit it, because it's coming like this, it's
I've
coming like
seen
this,
that,
it's coming like that.
That thing is a pain in the ass
That thing
to
is
try
a
to
pain.
hit.
And guess what?
It's almost
I've been
impossible.
doing it 23 years, and guess what? I get hit every damn time I hit it.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. So don't feel bad. Far as everything else, it's basically ground floor work. Shadow boxing, okay, stretching, working on certain points, certain jabs, visualizing somebody in front of you when there's nobody. That's why they call it shadow boxing. You're shadowing with yourself, but you got to create an image in your head. That takes a mentality. That takes experience. And then you gradually, which will be this week for me, because I've been doing this for 2.5 weeks now, preseason. Now we're going into what? The training, the teaching. And Brother Nazir,